Welcome to Mayor's Minute on Castanet.net. I'm Dustin Godfrey, and once again, I'm joined by Mayor Andrew Jacobite. Welcome.
Thank you.
Today we've got a few topics for you, but first off, I'd like to start off looking at some news that came in over the weekend. One of the complainants in a lawsuit against the city over the Trio development has pulled their lawsuit. Another one, the lawsuit, they're saying they're going to continue their legal battle. So in City Hall, is there this sense that there's light at the end of the tunnel, or is there still quite a bit of work to do to kind of quell concerns over the development?
Well, I think the Society's mandate was to ensure there was no water slide and there was nothing happening on green space. So they achieved that mandate. They were successful with that. So that's why they dropped their lawsuit. And certainly I think that's the first step to sort of healing the rift in the community, because it was a divisive issue. And the other individual, I think we will, in fairness, try to reach out to them, and if not, we will vigorously defend our right to improve the marina or go into a lease to ensure that the marina gets upgraded.
Sure. And I wanted to jump from there to the Penticton Fire Department put in a request to the Regional District of Okanagan-Similkameen for an $80,000 grant for a new fireboat that would cover a little under half of the cost. There seems to be little appetite among a lot of the directors to fund that fireboat. So what's, I guess, next for the city? Like, is the city considering footing the rest of the bill?
So we're hoping some of the service clubs put that on the radar or reconsider. We are making an application directly to Summerland, because Summerland does not have a fire rescue boat. And we'll work with Summerland, Naramata, and West Bench to hopefully find some funding solutions, because it is, if you saw the dinghy a couple times, the firefighters actually had to get rescued when they were going out on a rescue. So it is in need of repair. Okanagan Lake gets a lot of wind. We need something that's a bit more robust than your typical rubber dinghy or rowboat, and people need to be rescued in a timely manner, and you need to have something stationed at the water that you can launch and get out there and keep the firefighters safe and be able to help people.
Sure. Do you think there's a chance that you'll be able to convince the RDOS to kick in a little bit, though?
Well, I think getting the neighboring properties to participate, I think there's buy-in. I think there's will be some buy-in there. The regional district has 18 directors, and it goes into the Similkameen. So, a director from the Princeton area may not see the value of something on Okanagan Lake, and even in Osoyoos, although the boat could be trailered to bring down to Osoyoos should there be a situation. It's more, everyone kind of thought, kind of more a localized area would make more sense, and so we'll revisit that. And if we need to come back to the regional district, we'll try. But I think they were fairly clear in their intentions to try to keep it more localized.
All right. And I wanted to get back to something that we talked a little bit about last week. The Ucalario, who runs one of the dispensaries in town, the Herbal Green Apothecary, excuse me, he says that he feels a little bit blindsided by city's decision not to approve his temporary use permit. Did the city kind of lead some of these dispensaries on into thinking that?
No. They are quite clear. They're temporary use permits. They still have to get authorized by council, and council has discretion. And there were 7 applications. Council approved 2 of them. And so right now, until later in spring or onward, when a bit more legislation comes from the federal government and the province, we'll revisit it. But in the meantime, there's 2. And that was really to address the real problem of access to medical marijuana. And so we wanted to ensure that avenue was there, and we'll start to regulate this dispensary regime, because we had 2, then we had 4, and now we had 7, and everyone's sort of jockeying in position. So we want to make sure it doesn't proliferate and grow out of control without trying to put some controls in place.
So lastly, I just wanted to, get a glance of what's ahead for next week's council meeting.
So at Committee of the Whole, we're going to get a presentation on 100 Homes Penticton and an update on our engagement, how that's going. going to sort of unveil some of our strategic priorities or strategic focus to get comment on that and make that more public. And then staff reports, snow and ice policy. We're going to look at potentially revisiting residential parking. So that'll be an interesting conversation. And then doing a provincial lease on Campbell Mountain to make that accessible for people to hike or bike on.
Sure. That's been this week's Mayor's Minute on castanet.net. You can send your questions to letters@castanet.net. For Castanet News, I'm Dustin Godfrey, and once again, joined by Mayor Andrew Jacobite.